Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Prog Hat channel. Thanks for being here and clicking on this video. This video is a video where I'm going to show some cheap CD finds that I picked up in various places, thrift stores, record stores, um, Goodwills. There you go. I was trying to think, but there for a minute. But before I begin, I wanted to share a few thoughts because I've been seeing a lot of videos out there. Well, not a lot. I've seen some videos out there about the high record prices, and I tend to agree. Vinyl's gotten really expensive. I remember years ago when I got back into buying vinyl again, reissues, um, albums were in the range of $20 to $25. Well, here we are in 2024, and those reissues or those double LPs or those triple A LPs have gone up about 3 times high. Like a reissue of an album now where I live is like $34.99 or $29.99, and a double one is $54.99, and if you kind of get where I'm going, they're going up, which can be a little bit tough. Especially, here's another example too. I've noticed it, like whenever I've traded other records in or other CDs, and let's just say I get 125 store credit. I used to be able to come out with that trade credit and come home with about almost 10 records, some new, some used. Well, now I'm coming home with, if I go all the way new, I'll come home with 4, maybe 5. And it's because of the increase on new vinyl. I have no control over that. However it works out there in the economy, if a record can be sold at $40, people can pay that price. I am different. I have a limited budget and I have to stay in the budget. So I appreciate finding the cheap things that I have picked up. And sometimes I'm like, maybe I should use all my credit and just to get in CDs. I mean, it's the music I want to hear. It's not necessarily for me, the format. I mean, I've even picked up really good cheap cassettes, and I have a really good, not a top of the line cassette player, and I listen to cassettes. And not too long ago, I picked up another April Wine on cassette, Nature of the Beast. I don't have it with me, but I picked it up for like $1 or something. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. I can understand. I'm in there. I can feel the pain about that, but that's just how it goes. Maybe somewhere out day I'll make more money. I don't know. Got to wait and see. And sometimes I have to think through, how bad do I want that, or I have to be selective. An example of that is Tone Poets and Blue Note Classic Vinyl Series. I was getting pretty much every one of them, but then now I have to be selective because those have gone up in price. Now it's, Tone Poets around here are like $39.99. They used to be $29.99, and I could get a couple of those in a trade. But so sometimes I have to think, how bad do I want it? And then the other day, as I was going through my record collection and organizing it, because I wanted to put all my prog albums into a central area, which I was able. I had great success about that. I was going through my records, and I thought, did I really have to have this one on vinyl? That's how I looked at it. I said, do I have to have everything on vinyl? No. Can I live without vinyl? Sure I can. So I went through some records, got a little bit of a purge, and was like, I didn't really need to have this on, but no telling why I got it. It's like, someone gave me a very good example. It's like, I should have got a Toyota Corolla, but instead I went for a Ford Bronco. Did I need the Toyota? You know what I mean? It's something to that effect. I'll put it that way. And so you're like, that's how I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of my spending, because I know one day in my life, as I'm getting older and I'm getting to a point where I can retire, I know one day it's going to be, you know what? I'm just not going to buy records. I feel like that I could still make videos without having to buy records to show, unless I find some really good cheap deals, which I do plan on making a video where I ran into this vendor and he had all these boxes, and he said all these boxes outside his booth, all the records you can get, if you can get 20 records that you find for $1, because he was trying to clear out the place. He wants to bring in new inventory. Okay. So I went on a little bit longer than I wanted to with some of my thoughts, but I wanted to share those. So let me get into my cheap CD finds. Some of them I paid no more than $2 or $3. Okay. Let me start off with these couple of these ECMs that I found. Now, I am not know how to say any of these names, but I always love the label of ECM. This is very peaceful. I love this. I love that it has woodwinds and it's world music, and it has Greek dance music, and then there's a beautiful voice of a lady doing like chanting with the music, and it's awesome. And there's like a prayer chant, and this thing is just really, really peaceful. And I would say it's, like I said, it's world music. I'm glad I picked it up. Really enjoyed that when I listened to that one today. I picked up this other one. I haven't listened to this one, but here's another one, ECM. I simply just dig this label, and the CD sound great. I had to give this one a new case, and I had one, so it's really hard to replace double CD cases, but here it is. Pick this up real cheap for about $1. The double CD of the Essential Clash. Look at that. Full of good Clash. I was looking inside of this, and I didn't know there's 2 different CD versions that were released of the first album. I'm curious of which one I have. I don't know if you can see it, but one's of their first album, self-titled. One is a UK version. The other one is a US version. So I'm curious about the one I have, what version I have. Finally have this one. Always found it on vinyl, and it's not in very good shape. This one was about a couple of bucks plus tax. Yeah. Joe Cocker, and with a little help from my friends, with a couple of bonus tracks. Very nice. Billy Joe, I love this album. And Innocent Man, I had this once on vinyl. It was a really good sounding record. Has a lot of my favorite songs. I was going to say, Leave a Tender Moment Alone, Tell Her About It, The Longest Time. I love those songs. Dean Martin, yay. I need to clean these up a little bit. Dean Martin. I'm going to go kind of fast here. I don't want to go too long. Wishbone Ash. Am I saying this correctly? Argus. This one has about 3 bonus tracks. This one I paid a little bit more. I actually remember now. I paid, like it says, about $5 for that. It was a good find. Helped out that guy, so I don't mind doing that. The Greatest Hits of Nat King Cole. Mine is the crack edition. I plan to, look at that, totally full of tracks. Next, another one of those. This one's the Ryko disc. Get Happy, Elvis Costello and the Attractions, and just tons of bonus tracks. This is a really good album. Very good album by him. A few more to go. Behind the Music did a series of CDs, and I picked up the John Denver one. This was about $1. This one I found for a couple of bucks, and it's still sealed. I like this album sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It's U2. I mean, I kind of stop after the album Joshua. I stop at Joshua Tree, but then there's those albums that they made later on that have some good songs. Like I like Staring at the Sun. I forget the name of that album, but I like that song. But this one was sealed, and $2, I picked it up. Act Tune, baby. Still in the wrapper. Now this one has one, and I like that song. Even better than The Real Thing is a good. Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses? And Mysterious Ways. Those are good songs. See what I mean? Like some of those later ones, they have sometimes 4 or 5 good songs. Another case that I need to replace. Unforgettable with Love, Natalie Cole. Here's her with her dad. Love that little picture right there. All right. Johnny Mathis. I'm a Johnny Mathis fan. This is 16 most requested songs. I like this series. I've seen other artists like this, and hopefully I'll run into some of those. There you go. Chances Are starts it off. What a beautiful, beautiful song. And the last one is a cheap budget classical guitar double disc. I said, you know what? Why not? This is good stuff to play and listen to, and I enjoy classical guitar, and it's a double disc. It's like about $1 or something. But yeah. So anyway, folks, those are my cheap CD finds. I went over a little bit the time that I wanted to go over, but I wanted to share my thoughts because I still enjoy buying CDs and picking up cassettes of albums that I at least I have it. I might not have it on vinyl, but like I tell myself, you know, do I always have to have everything on vinyl? That's just me. Maybe I'm getting older. Who knows? Folks, thank you for checking out this video. And again, let the music you love be your journey. Take care, folks.